Hi, I'm John from Just Whiskey. If you like today's show, please click like and subscribe and consider becoming a Patreon with the link in the description below. And no matter how good it is or how much it costs, it's just whiskey, folks. I'm changing pace a little bit on today's show. Normally, or usually, I review Scotch whiskeys. But today, we're going to be sampling and comparing two American Kentucky straight bourbons, both from Wild Turkey. We have the celebrity endorsed Matthew McConaughey Longbranch coming in at 43% ABV against the Wild Turkey 101 at 50.5 ABV. The Longbranch Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey. So my understanding, it has to be a minimum of 2 years of age to be called that. This is a little lighter than the 101. And it says oak and Texas mesquite charcoal refined. And the Wild Turkey 101 says, for more than 60 years, legendary master distiller Jimmy Russell has been crafting Wild Turkey 101 the right way, with a high rye content. This iconic bourbon is perfectly aged for up to 6 to 8 years in American oak barrels, with the deepest char for more character. We bottle 101 at a higher proof, and only when it reaches its full complex flavor of caramel, vanilla, toffee, and spice. As Jimmy says, like the Kentucky River, Wild Turkey 101 is mighty, bold, and it takes its own sweet time. Okay. So what I did was, we have a sample of the Longbranch over here, and we have the 101 without water. And about 10-15 minutes ago, I put a splash of water into this sample over here. Okay. Here we go. On the nose, you get the sweet vanilla, but you also get the pencil shavings. That sandalwood note. Very inviting. I opened this one first a couple of months ago. And then maybe a month ago, I opened up the 101. And although I've had some bourbons, it's the first time for Wild Turkey. And you always hear so much about a lot of reviewers referring to, the 101 as being a great value for money. So, on the nose, not a lot of acetone compared to some other bourbons, which is nice. Again, that sandalwood, pencil shaving note, little vanilla. Very inviting nose. Very smooth, silky. Get the nice sticky sweetness to it. I really enjoy this a lot, and when I first opened it, I was very impressed with it. I'm very leery of celebrity endorsed products, but I was pleasantly surprised by this one here. Much more light in comparison to the 101, which we are going to get to. In my opinion, well crafted, delightful, easy sipping, and you can tell that it's probably had that, like they say, that mesquite charcoal refined. Um, you kind of get those notes on it. Okay. I'm going to go with the water of the Wild Turkey 101 first. So on the nose, it's stronger, more robust. With the water, you get bringing out the vanillas, a slight acetone note, but not bad, not much at all. And the vanilla definitely. And this is, as it states on the label, a high rye. And you can tell. It definitely has that huge spice bite. That grips your tongue. That finish is eternal. That finish stays with you. The finish on the Longbranch, I would say medium long. But comparing the finish to the Wild Turkey 101, in respect, I would say the finish on the Longbranch is maybe a little more towards the medium compared to this. This is a robust, spicy rye, oak. Punch on the tongue, that's for sure. It's accessible though. It's accessible. A little sip of water. Without water. Without water, less of an acetone note. It's a little more assault on your nasal hairs. You definitely can tell that it's higher alcohol content. A little more burn factor on the nose over here, whereas over here, really not at all. Not a huge difference, in my opinion, on my palate from the one with water. Again, I didn't add a lot of water, 2 or 3 drops. Tip of your tongue, numbing. It is what it is. It is more of an alcohol punch, heavy rye, that oak bite. Um, yeah. When I first opened this, I really enjoyed this. Again, I lean more towards Scotch. Hands down, without giving a score yet, hands down, I enjoy the Longbranch much more. Um, it doesn't state the anything about a rye content on here whatsoever, but the retail on the Longbranch, I think, is in the mid $30 range, 30 around $35, let's say. Whereas the Wild Turkey 101, you can probably pick that anywhere up from $22 to $28 in that range. So the 101 You are getting a little more alcohol. You, but that you are getting a significant rye spice, oak spice, that stays with you for a while. So as I've been sampling these before the show, for the last several weeks, all day long, for me, I'd go with the Longbranch. I would buy Longbranch again. The Wild Turkey 101, great experience, but it is that high rye spice, which I don't mind. I just prefer the Longbranch over this. This is a much more just gentle, easy going, but it's got enough going on where it's very satisfying. Score wise, I'm a little out of my realm. Again, I'm more familiar with my scoring in the Scotch world. I would give this Longbranch, I would say an 85 to an 87. And I would give the 101, for my palate, an 83 to an 85. So that's it, folks. I hope you enjoyed today's show. Please click like, and I really appreciate all the new subscribers that are coming on board. And consider becoming a Patreon with the link in the description below. And remember, no matter how good it is or how much it costs, it's just whiskey. So hats off to you all, and take care.